We're gonna see a video after, or maybe we're gonna see the video when we're gonna start the lab. So either way, it's very short, it's like 2 minutes. And then we're gonna do the lab. After we're done this lab, for sealants, again, it's gonna be much faster today. We can work on the models. And by the way, I'm very impressed by you guys. You guys know the fastest class will finish all the modeling models. Yeah, you've been modeling well. Yeah, I'm very impressed, seriously, because the reason I put the dates, I think all of the classes in the past, when the Victoria would come to the lecture, somebody would be trimming into horseshoe. And I'm like, I told you guys, because it has to be dry, and she's very particular, the horseshoe has to be dry and ready to go. So I'm very impressed that I saw a lot of them, even down to the horseshoe, so you guys are way of the game. And so today, definitely the, like this portion of the model, this stage has to be done today. And if it's on you off, you're gonna have time to finish your horseshoe model. If you have questions, we can help you. And some of the models, if you have too much material, please ask us. I want to make sure you don't shave off the anatomical portion. Okay, the non-immediate. I want to make sure that is preserved. Okay? Excellent. Okay, so today, the devotional is going to come from the country of Italy. Moving to Italy. Awesome. What did you like the most about Italy? Food. Yes, I love the pizza. It's the best pizza I've ever tried in my life. So after that, when I go to the pizza shop, it's like, oh, you're like, yeah, this is good, but in Italy, it was much better. I mean, the architecture is beautiful. I think I'm just amazed how strong the history there, you know, and you're like, wow, it's great right now. I can imagine how it used to be, right? The nature was beautiful too. This is like Lake Como. That's the place, someone in those neighborhood, George Clooney has a house. I don't know exactly which house, but the tour guide was telling us. So when I was in Italy, I mean, it's different, totally different experience than Germany. And one of the things, in Italy, you can't leave stuff in the cars. You know, things get brought much quicker. And since it's been like, 10 years ago or so, I packed my purse. You know, like you always want to bring like carry on in the purse. And my purse, don't laugh at me, had 5 books, like paper books, a computer, and it's a real computer, like not the one that you guys have right now, like Apple Airs, it's like, that was Dell computer, like thick. On top of that, I had a huge camera. My family kind of all pulled some money together, got the huge camera, like cost $1,500, it's huge. So it was everything that was in the purse. It was so heavy, I hated it. And I couldn't leave my stuff in the car because that, you know, can be stolen. And so when we got to Italy, we had some friends who met us, and they're like, oh, Larissa, do you need help with your purse? I was like, yes. And after they carried for a little bit, like, no, I think it's too heavy for us. And little guys, they're like, oh, it's too heavy, I have back problems, I don't think I can carry your purse. Again, I hated it. And so the moment we got to the hotel and I could drop it, it was like such a relief. I was like, oh. And when I was thinking that experience, I feel like sometimes we carry things too, not in purses. And by the way, back to that, I got Kindle, I got rid of the computer, I got iPods, you know, so I minimized because the Kindle was just coming in, so I didn't know what Kindles that much. So I learned my lesson. I definitely learned my lesson. But each time I reflected on that, and I'm like, because it was carrying so much, and I remember the town of Padua. It's next to, where's next to? It's the north of Italy. Very nice, very small town, not touristy. I could not really enjoy it. You know, because everything, I was like, oh my God, this is so heavy, why have I so much stuff, why have all those books? But then I was thinking, like, a lot of times we carry a lot of stuff, except in our heads. Have you ever met people who are very negative, and everything is wrong, gas prices are too high, the government is bad, the taxes are high, school is too heavy and expensive, right? Teacher asked too much, the quiz was too difficult, you know, everything is negative. And one time I heard a sermon, and it says, we have about, every day, about 90,000 thoughts. So it's something that you just not thinking about, it just you have those different stuff coming in your head. 95 of the thoughts are repetitive. So you think about the same thing over and over. The scary thing, 80% of those 95 are negative. And did you know that your negative thoughts can affect the chemistry in your body? It can produce more stress hormones. It can make you more depressed or more anxious. Or I think the simple things, it just steals your joy of life. Because life is hard, like we all know it, and it's stressful. But when you constantly repeating the same thing, negative thing, over and over, and it's called rumination, if you want to learn one word today. Rumination, you just, complaining in your head, and you might be the positive person. And I realized that I was a very positive person all my life. Like, I never complained. But in my head, I had a war zone. I would complain about everything. If somebody says negative about me, I was like, how dare they could say that? And after realizing that, I was reading the book. It's called The Lost Art of Thinking. If you want to take a picture, it's a really good book. The author graduated from Loma Linda, and he tells a story there, how he had a classmate in medical school. And they take their huge test in December, and they have a break. And then she came home after, this test, and she's like, I think I failed it. I did horribly. I think I failed my first year. I'm not going to be back. They're gonna, I have to start school over again. And she was just going over and over the test, traumatizing herself. And he said, your body reacts exactly the same way if you would actually fail the test. So each time she would be like, oh my gosh, I failed the test. So your body reacts, oh wow, you failed the test. So can you imagine how much stress she brought on herself? When she came back to school in January, she got B+. So she put herself through so much turmoil, unnecessary turmoil. And the best thing would be for her, you know what? I don't know. At this point, I don't know how I did. I'm going to enjoy my time. Just, family and Christmas, eat good food, go ski. And then when I come back, I'll deal with it. But, that kind of stuck with me because I'm like, I got it so many times. I take in my master's students, like, oh, how did you fail? Did I fail? Oh, you have to redo it. And I was like, okay, Larissa, when you know that you did badly, then you can fix it. But at this point, just let it go. Another book that I would highly, highly recommend, it's called 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. Very good book. And I really like the quote there. And it just talks about how sometimes you get so negative if somebody offended us. Somebody said something mean to me, or, I don't know, whatever, bad customer service, you name it. It's like when you're ruminating, when you're constantly thinking about it, it means you're giving the power, giving that person the power to affect us. So they might tell us something negative once, but we tell ourselves like many hundreds of times sometimes. And so now, when it happens to me, one time I went to the doctor's office and the doctor yelled at me. I was like, what? I never had such a bad patient care, right? She yelled in front of the nurses and all. She was just in bad mood, and I was like, I can't believe this. And she was my friend, so I didn't question it. But then I was like, you know what? She had a bad day. It was last day for residency. It was a bad time to come. I'm just gonna let it go because I don't want to react over about it. I'm gonna be reacting like the next 4 days. Again, I would highly recommend. And there is a reason Bible says, only think what is true, whatever things of honor, things that are bright, whatever things are holy, things that are beautiful, things that have value, any things that have virtue, anything of praise, give thoughts to those things. When you get into the habit, and a lot of times it's when you're tired, when you're hungry, when you're stressed, when you had a long clinic day, and the patient was difficult, it's very easy to slip to that pattern. Like, oh my gosh, everything's horrible, and I'm this, and I'm that, what am I going to do? Just really stop yourself. It's like, that needs no help. I don't want to waste my energy, that 80% of that negative energy, just something that's not being wrong. It doesn't help you. And when you read books about successful people, one of the first things they do, they watch their thinking. They eliminate all the negative thinking. And again, it's not about ignoring problems. It's about watching how much you spend for that energy on something negative that you can't fix it, you can't change it, instead of spending something good. And think about that's good for you. Okay, so now I think you guys are going to have a project in your public health class when you have to modify your behavior. You can pick, no negativity for 21 days. That book that I told you, the first one, The Last Art of Thinking, he tells his patients, before they put on medications for anxiety and depression, for 29 days, they cannot be negative. They have to really watch it. A lot of them improve. And they have to minimize the dose of depression and anxiety, or even not even taking medication. So this thing is very, very powerful. Okay? Awesome. Here, let's pray. Let's pray real quick. Dear God, thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much that we can learn. And I'm praying, God, help us to watch how we think. Because I want to be sure, Lord, that we think only what is true, what's good for us, what has value. And help us to get rid of all this negativity in our house. When we're stressed, when we're hungry, God, when we're don't know where we get patient, God, help us to remember that you're in control and you will provide for all our needs, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing, do you want to do today's quiz first or the first quiz? Today's first? Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay. Quiz number 2. Name the 3 types of gypsum materials. What did we get? Plaster, stone, dye, and improved stone. I think you guys got it. This table is really good. I took it from National Board Review class. It really minimizes everything that's most important stuff for it. Okay, next question. Oops. Describe the difference between wet compression strength and dry compression strength. Yeah? Very good. And which one is stronger? The dry. You guys got it. And you can see it's straight from the slide. Like, I'm not putting anything extra. It's exactly what's been said in the lecture. It's why I'm very particular for you guys not to use your phone and really make notes. Even today, I'm going to really focus on stuff that you really need to know. Okay? Excellent. Oops. Okay, of the 3 types of gypsum material, which one is the strongest? Improved stone. Very good. It's dye stone or improved stone. It's the same name. Okay. First should be true or false? True. Because if you wait longer than 1 hour, it takes forever. Plaster is used to study models, to study past models. True. That's the first column right there. And the last one, I think you guys are stressed about the last one. It should not be. It's a mandibular base, maxillary base, and anatomical portion. Yeah, it's not. I feel like a lot of people are stressed out. So I don't overthink. Base, and then anatomy. So if you put dentition, I'll take it. In fresh, I'll take it too.
Bite model?
No, I could just see like this look on your face, like, what is? And I was like, don't overthink. It's just, when you present it to a patient, I want you to know how you think. So, okay, this is the base. You're going to cut it off with a horseshoe, and this is not a portion. So, okay, let's do the first quiz very quickly. Okay? Okay, so remember the first one. Positive, and second one is negative, reproduction of the tissue. Exactly straight from the slide. And the next one. So that was straightforward. Okay, I will really double check on this one. Because some of it, like, I know you guys got it, but maybe the wording of it. Okay, if the temperature of the water is increased by 10 degrees Celsius, will this increase or decrease the setting time? So it's going to make it shorter, faster. Decrease the setting time. Good. Again, straight from the slide, right there. Okay. Imbibition causes shrinkage or swelling of the impression. Swelling. The way I remember imbibition makes me big, so. Okay. Tarnish is irreversible process of metals. Excellent. Okay, everybody got this one. You always have to put water first when you make an impression. It's not as important when you pour the impression because you're using the shaking machine, so that's going to help you, but for the impression, it's very important to put water first. Okay, that's straight from the slide. Okay, name any of the 3 mechanical properties of the dental materials. That's the slides, and a lot of you got it very well. So any of those 3 is going to be correct. Okay? Any questions? You guys are good. So now you can see, so everything that they taught in class and on a slide, that's going to be on the quiz. For today's quiz, well, like one thing, Miss Andre was supposed to do this lecture today, so they told me on Monday that she's sick, so she couldn't come. And I'm going to give you a take-home quiz because it's going to be 2 weeks before our next class. So I'm going to post it online because I haven't moved through her questions yet. And I want to be sure, you know, wherever I mentioned in the class, I want to be sure that's going to be the quiz. And it's going to take home. I would prefer if you do yourself first. If you want to double check with your classmates, I'm fine, but do first. I want to be sure you learn. Because sealants are very important components. You're going to do that in private practice. You're going to do it when you go offsite. Sometimes you can do it on mission trips. And it's really cool because it does so much good to the patient. So I want to be sure you know your stuff. And it's not going to be anything ordinary. Everything is going to come from the lecture and then slide. Power presentation today. Okay, let me just switch to the. Did they call the Ethan? So hot. My white coat or anything. It's hot. Okay.
Nice.
You should take notes.
My coding as well.
We use all the pictures, but not being on them.
Perfect.
Okay, so today we're going to go to quick individual sealants. Why, how, when, and why you need to know all of stuff. Okay, so I have a question to you guys. Now, since you've been in school for like more than a year, you know a lot of stuff about carriers. And you know a few things that can prevent carriers lesions. Can you tell me just a few of them? What can we do to prevent caries? Diet. Awesome. What else? I heard flossing. So OHI, right? Fluoride. What kind of fluoride? Varnish. What else? X-rays. Right? Because X is going to help us to see if it's there or not, and maybe cut it at their early stages. So, and one of the, I like all of your suggestions, but another one that we can do is dental sealants. And they've been, you know, around for a long time, since 1967. However, it's the first time when we know research about it, but they won't really implement it like 10 years later. And unfortunately, the caries increasing, especially in California, especially in children. And I think the reason for it, a lot of children come from overseas, in the immigrant children. And I know, I want to be afraid. I never had to, I never heard about it. I never went to the dentist unless it hurts. Like, I never was told that Europeans in general have bad teeth. Not talking about my people. We don't go to the dentist unless, you know, now it's more popular because of American influence and Hollywood smile. But usually people don't go because it doesn't hurt, right? So we don't know. Another thing too, and working overseas, I noticed the dentists overseas don't take x-rays because they think it's bad for you, right? And radiation. And then they miss a lot of cavities. And then when the cavities are too big, it's too late to save it. And I had a lot of frustration with cranial dentists because they would not want to take x-rays. Because they said, you know, they had Chernobyl, there was exposure, and I was like, that happened 30 years ago. We are good now. We need x-rays. You know, the Healthy People 2020 had a goal, specific goals for dental improvements, and unfortunately, none of them improved. So that thing is serious. A lot of people don't get health insurance for dental portion, and so they don't go. I'm going to be focusing on a lot of things here. It's a lot of information. So sealant, it's organic polymer or resin. It flows into pins fissures to cover it, and it's called, and it does the mechanical retention. That is on a test, on a quiz, and on the national board. They're going to ask you, is sealant chemical or mechanical retention? This is mechanical retention. And it's hard to think about it because we're going to be acid, so they're using acid. But that's, and I'm going to go into it a little bit more specifically. That's the mechanical retention, remember that. Another thing to remember, it creates physical barrier. So again, it's going to seal off pins and fissures. So that's, again, that's your information you need to know for the test. So what it does is pretty much you're gonna fill those deep pits and fissures where usually you get what plaque, bacteria, acid, so we can, we can prevent it, the bacteria to go in and create cavities. Another thing to know, we need to edge it first. So the first step we're gonna do is to edge the tooth. And again, we're gonna show the video so you know exactly how to do it. And they're using phosphoric acid 35 to 38%. Most of the tests and quizzes are gonna ask you for 35%. That's kind of a standard. Some manufacturers would have 38%. That's why I put it there. International Board Book said the same thing, 35 to 38. So that's why I put it right there. But usually, typical is 35% phosphoric acid. Know that name, memorize that name. And what does it do? It opens up the pores. So when you're gonna put the acid and you're gonna rinse it off and dry it, it's gonna create kind of like a white chalky appearance. Unfortunately, you're not gonna see it on the fake tooth, but in the real tooth, you're gonna see it. And so when it opens up, when you place it, see that it can kind of like create a tap. It can have a bond, mechanical locking, so it can stay there much longer. There's three different classifications of sealants by polymerization. First is by polymerization methods. Another thing that's important question to know, because some of them are self-cured. They're perfect to use for mission trips, for public health events, for community projects, and visible light. Like today, we're going to cure them with visible light. Again, you're going to have a question, I'm sure, special boards, which two types of polarization for sealants? There's going to be two, a self-cured one and a visible light. Then there is a classification for filler content. So there is three different ones. Another question, you might have the quiz. Name three different types of sealants. It's going to be filled, unfilled, and fluoride released. So it's very, I think self-explanatory, fluoride releasing. So it has a lot of fluoride. So it's really good to use on people who have demoralized teeth or people who prone to cavities a lot. It throws this fluoride into that tooth. Fill and unfill. I'm going to go over a little bit more details. Okay, right here we have samples. You see that nice and clear sealants over the teeth right there, okay. And you can see like how on the bottom this has more clear and the top is more pink. I'm going to talk more about it. One is the filled one is unfilled. Okay, again, as I said, alkyl polymerization. It's a chemical reaction and it's self-cured. It's a typical question that might be asked. Photopolymerization is a visible light reaction. And as I said, the benefits good here and there. The first one, it's easy. You don't have to have lights. And mission trips that are helpful and community events. The last one, the one that you need to have lights, it's a little faster, but it's extra cost because you need to have lights, you need to sterilize it, you have to sanitize everything. So that's kind of gives you a little extra work. And we're going to be using the one that produces the light. And usually in private practices, we're going to use it. Okay, now we're going to go classification by filler content. How you guys doing? Is everything clear so far? You guys got it? Good. I will try to really, organize it to less material but more information. That's what you need to know. Okay, filled and unfilled. So filled, very easy to remember, it has fillers. So it has fillers like glass and quartz particles. I don't know what it is, but just think about the filled sealant has fillers. It's thicker, it's stronger. When you put too much of it, you have to adjust it. You actually have to use the burr sometimes to adjust it if you put too much of it. Unfilled, it's very clear. When you place it in the tooth, it gives you a nice gloss, but it's not, usually doesn't need to be adjusted. The benefit of the first one is much stronger. The benefit of the second one, it can really go into those deep fissures. You know, that some patients have such a deep pits and fissures, you can see excess of the caters in. And so for that reason, that one is the best. And again, fluoride is the best for patients who prone to cavities a lot, who snack a lot, who drink a lot of sodas, have weak enamel naturally. The fluoride reducing one is good for those. And also they have classification by color. It's a clear, tinted, or opaque. There are just more for cosmetic reasons. You know, usually patients don't really think about it because it's hard to see anyways, but they're not different in strength. And you can see again another sample of their sealants right there. And you can see how, and a lot of times you'll see a little dark spot on a occlusal of molars because of staining. And some people think it's, you know, cavities already, but no, not necessarily, usually because of staining. And so sealants help to prevent more staining in those pits. Another place where you can place it, it's on the limbal surfaces of anterior teeth. Do you see the first picture? And there is actually a cavity there already. So it's another typical place for patients to get it, especially the snackers who like to snack in the middle of the day or soda drinkers. And so you really want to put before the cavity gets there. Okay, so in general rule, you know, you want to treatment plan first. It's very nice to use an assistant. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna help each other. I know, I still don't know how to do in the lab, but it's very nice. Who was assistant? You were assistant, right? So you know, it's much easier to do, it's much easier to do as an assistant because you need to ensure the moisture control. That's another thing to remember. It's why I highlight it. A lot of times failure of the sealant happens because of the moisture control. I remember when I was in private practice, well, I'm still in, but first couple of years after the school, my assistant asked me, oh, what is it going to do sealant? I was like, yes, I know how to do that, right? And I haven't done it for a couple of years. So I placed it and half of my sealant just came off. And I'm like, oops, I did something wrong. And the kid was a little uneasy, you know, he was 7-year-old. And what happened, I did not, it was saliva contamination. So because of the saliva contamination, you know, my sealant failed and she had to redo it. I learned my lesson. After that, I was much better. But I remember I was kind of humiliated. I was like, I know, I failed it. Here's the samples of the materials or samples of the different companies that do sealants. We're going to use the first one, Ultradent Ultraseal XT. There is another one, it's called Ultradent Ultraseal XT Plus Hydro. That gives you an extra step in placing a sealant. I'm going to tell you, and I want you to know, because some private practice to use it, but we are not going to use the XT Hydro. So and what it does, it just makes it too dry, you know, and studies doesn't show if it helps or not, but it's just different manufacturer, different products, and some offices do like to use that. Again, we're going to use just the Ultradent Ultraseal XT, that's it. And as I said, the main causes of failure, moisture control. That's like number one, all of them. Also, because of the tissue, like you can see on both pictures, how tissue goes over the tooth. A lot of times we don't place it there, we just want to push the tissue out of there, you know, gum areas. And if it's just too high in the back, because it causes usually moisture contamination and behavior of the patient. It can be a little bit challenging to do, so that's why it's nice to have an assistant. But again, number one, it's moisture control, moisture control, moisture control. Just remember that. That's going to be the tennis, natural boards, final, I'm pretty sure. And sometimes you will lose that sealant too. Sometimes can drift off. If the patient is the grinder or clencher, that can cause the loss of the sealant. And so we just have to, you know, re-edge the tooth and place the sealant again. Okay, any questions? That's just like a general information about sealants. Now I'm going to talk about placement. But I want to be sure to answer any questions if you have. You guys are good? You made all the notes that you need to know? Good. Okay, let me just switch my slides. And I'm gonna post this sealant lecture on your clinic as well. Clinic campus. Okay, well first, before we do anything, we need to be sure we're explaining to the patient. Are you being too hot? No air. It's water and I can see it. Okay, let's get a little air and then we'll start our lecture. Down the water. I'm so thirsty. We'll have a break in a couple minutes and then we'll break. So. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. So first of all, explain procedure to the patient. Get consent work. You want to be sure you diagnose it correctly. You want to be sure to ask patients to brush their teeth, because trust me, you're gonna have a lot of patients. They're like, oh, I just had lunch and I just came, and you eat sneakers and you're like, great, but you're biting jelly. You want to check all of the teeth because it's much easier to do a few teeth at once than make like one appointment at a time. You want to be sure you clean the area. I'm not sure if you're going to use the, it's called we're going to use pumice for sure, but we have another machine that uses kind of salt particles and air pressure. What's the name of it? I cannot put it in the lecture, I'm going to just say because I'm not sure if you're going to use it. It's one of those things that I want you to use it, I want you to know just the name of it, and during the lab we're going to explain it to you how to use it. But we're not sure if it's working, and there's a lot of parts to it, and we're not sure it's the move if you got all the parts in the clinic. Some of the stuff we're missing, so we try to find it and stuff. Air polishing is right there. Yeah, it's called air polishing, where it's kind of like a pressure with salt and takes stain off very nicely, and it also cleans this top surfaces really well. Okay, here we have like a little map how to evaluate the teeth. So when the teeth just came in, do you remember when we get first molars, first baby molars? Remember the age? 6. Awesome, yay, that reminded me. We want to see the patterns. Some baby teeth have very deep grooves, and you can put it on the baby teeth. But for the most part, usually we see this on adult teeth. We want to see the history. We want to see if the other teeth had fillings already. If the patient is prone to cavities. We can use different things to advance to check the caries detection. There's a name Diagnotant. We're going to use that one time next year. We're going to have a lab. We'll introduce you guys to different devices we can use in private practice. But the Diagnotant is one of them. It's kind of like a camera, like those like hand camera that we use in the mouth. And it's kind of gives the number if there's a possibility of cavities there or not. And then definitely, doctor diagnosis. We cannot diagnose, remember, the hygienist, we cannot diagnose. So we can have to say, there is a possibility of the area that might benefit of the sealant. And I said there is 2 different seal material. First is Ultra Seal Hydro, and another one is Ultra Seal XT. When you're going to do the lab today, you're going to see the edging material, and then you're going to get the sealant, right? The Ultra Seal Hydro has the third stack that's in the middle. See the pink one? That goes in the middle. If you want to play with it, it's up to you. If you want to try and see what it does, it's totally up to you. I have extras. We are not using it in the lab or in the clinic. So the difference between those two, they're pretty similar. It's just the Hydro has the extra step where you're supposed to put the light. That's equipment that we're going to be required. So first of all, we want to see if the patient has caries. So we want to check this. Dr. Joe usually does that. We want to check with the Explorer. We want to make sure we have mirror suction tips, air water syringe tips, the air polisher or pumice and the portable brush and cup. I have a question here. I think I'm gonna have someone there too. Do you wanna use the regular Profi paste to polish that has fluoride in it? Yes or no?
No.
I hear both, yes or no? No, not true? Why not? What does fluoride does to the tooth? It creates the shield, right? So some research shows that we should not use anything with fluoride before we place a sealant or even a composite, because it's going to prevent the attachment, and so it's why we want to polish with pumice. And again, that's the question on the test of quiz. You do not want to use fluoridated stuff before you place the sealant. You're going to use dry ingles and cotton rolls to isolate the area. You have etchants, and then I said it's the blue syringe, and you have plenty of it right here. We're going to have the current light. We're going to pass it around in a few minutes. And articulating paper, hand pieces, greenish threads. We don't need it today because articulating paper we're going to check for the white. We're going to use it in the lab and clinic when we're doing each other. Okay. That's just kind of, summary of all the equipment that you need. So first of all, you need to do what? Clean the picks and fissures. I'm probably going to have a question, write the steps of the sealants, because I want to be sure you remember. So you want to be sure everything's clean, and you're going to use stuff with fluoride, right? Are you going to use stuff with fluoride to clean them? No. You can use air polisher. Again, just remember the name air polisher. It's used to clean the pits and fissures. We're probably going to use it, we might not, but we're going to try eventually to show you how to use it, just in case if you need to use it in private practice. I like to use Profi brush and pumice with no fluoride. And sometimes fissurotomy needs to be done by doctor. So what is it? That's another question. I saw the national boards. And it's saying, if the dentist needs to use high-speed instrument for placing the sealant in the true or false, something like that, it's false. Because if the dentist has to use the high speed, that's preparation for the composite on the end. Fissurotomy is when they take a tiny burr and just clean up. Like sometimes patients have staining from coffee and tea. And when you're going to place a sealant, you're going to see the staining anyway. So the dentist will clean up just tiny a little bit, just open up those fissures, just so the sealant can flow there very nicely. It was done for me because I had some staining, and it's very nice because when you place the sealant, it just looks beautiful. It was very nice, white, clear, so for a lot of cosmetic patients and aspect. That's a question in the quick test and afterwards. And you can see the burr is tiny, like super tiny. So first of all, you need to be sure the tooth is dry. When we're going to tap it on, that's not a big thing because we don't have saliva flowing out of our tappets. You can use this for Thursday. It's in the, I don't necessarily like it. We have it in the clinic. It's just kind of like a section that goes deep into your throat and it covers it. Sometimes you use rubber dam. We don't use a rubber dam, but in private practice, a lot of a system like it because you can really, isolate it. But what we're going to do is dry angle. You put stuff on the buckle to block that saliva stuff and put the rolls. And then you want to be sure the tooth is dry. It does not have any particles, any food, polishing, pumice, none of that. And there's a picture of the dry angle that you put on the sheet. So the second thing you're going to do is to put etching. It's 15 to 20 seconds. That's another question information right there. They're going to ask how long you're supposed to put etch for. Definitely you have to look manufacturer advice, but it's usually between 15 to 20 seconds. Do not rush, just place it there. And you can place it a lot. Don't be scared to place a lot. It's not going to harm the tooth, it's just going to prepare the tooth. The second very important thing, rinse and dry. So you want to rinse it into the gel ones, 60 seconds, and if it's a liquid, 30 seconds. We have the liquid one right here. So we're going to rinse it for 30 seconds and dry it for another 15 to 20 seconds. I have to just give you a little bit more information when you do it in the lab. I'm gonna have the trash bins all over, like you can use all of them. Just, for example, put right here and like 5-6 people can rinse it over the trash. Be careful not to get in your clothes because it is an etch, like so it's acid. We don't want any marks. It's not gonna kill your clothes or anything, but it's gonna stain it. And just do one at a time. So place, your air water syringe in the trash, rinse it very quickly, and be sure it doesn't go over the balconies or desk. Okay, any questions? You guys are good, right? So after that, you're gonna apply thin gloss on the Kulo surface. You have to remember, you don't want to create a lake, you want to create a river that flows very nicely through the grooves. So when you look at the sealant, you're like, okay, it doesn't look like a big Lake Tahoe, like there's a big wall right there. That's too much. So you're going to give you micro brushes to remove the excess. It's not significant when you do the typewriter, but it's very significant when you do the patient, because if it's too high, then it's going to offset the bite and it just flows over. In the end, you're going to use light curve for 20 to 30 seconds. Some of the new lights, you have to just use for 5 seconds because they're newer and stronger. But since you have the old ones, 20 to 30 seconds. And you should have a shield. You have those orange protective shields. And remember, you're not supposed to look at it. And you have plenty of them right here. So if your light does not have it, you have a plenty right here to put it on. Okay, and so after that's all done, you want to check. You're going to check this the instrument just to be sure with Explorer, still popping back. It doesn't happen like what I did in private practice. I can check with Explorer and this came off. So you want to be sure it's there. You want to be sure you use floss to see if meso and distal, so twine nothing catches it. And definitely no air bubbles and voids. Usually you don't get those if you use it correctly. And we're not using the, we don't have to evaluate the exclusion because we use the pattern right now. But when you work on the patient, definitely want to check if there's any nice spots. And we're going to use the instruments to remove it. Once in a while, we need to have a nice burr and ask the doctor to kind of attach it, but very rarely. If you do it correctly, usually just smooth with the instrument. Anyways, usually they last forever, for years. Some patients lose them more easily than others, but I notice in private practice, at least for 3 to 5 years that they're. If the patient is, flexing a lot, a flexor or a clencher, then they come off. But usually they last for a long time. And then, when they come every year, every 6 months, you want to check. If it's not there, you want to reapply, and they just kind of go through there. Okay, I think I covered everything. Again, it's exactly the same. Because of the moisture, the sealants would fail. That's number one reason for the most part. I think I covered everything now. Any questions? You guys are good. I know it's hot. Any questions? You're good? Do you want to watch the video right now?
Yes.
So since you know the details, and it worked. I tried this morning, so I know. And then after that, you can take 5-10 minutes, break, brush your boxes, and do all of that. Then you're gonna give you all the supplies during the break.
We need to type it out.
I think we have one in our team.
First, indicate the teeth that sealants would benefit. Clear the surface from debris, stain, and calculus.
Okay, I'm gonna be sure everybody's seats is like 2 minutes. The video is very short, like 1 minute and 30 seconds. It kind of goes fast, So I want you to pay attention. And after that, you're gonna have a break and have fun that.
First, indicate the teeth that assailants would benefit. Clear the surface from debris, stain, and calculus. Isolate the tooth with options such as the suction, cotton rolls, or dry angles. Dry the area for 20 to 30 seconds. Apply acid etch within the grooves and fissures where the sealants are to be placed, based on the manufacturer's recommendations, which are from 15 to 30 seconds. Rinse for 30 to 60 seconds. Dry the area for 20 to 30 seconds. The tooth will have a chalky white appearance when fully dry. If not, or if contamination occurs, re-etch. Then re-isolate if necessary. Place the sealant material in the pits and fissures only. You may have to use a microbrush to remove any bubbles and to remove any excess material. Using patient and clinician UVI protection, cure the sealant material as per the manufacturer's recommended amount of time, usually from 20 to 30 seconds. Gently check for voids and complete coverage with the Explorer while maintaining a dry feel. If at any point you find an issue, you can add additional material without having to re-etch if the surface has not been contaminated. Remove the isolation with a small amount of water so it won't stick and pull the tissues. Evaluate the occlusion with the articulating paper. Overfilled areas may require adjustment with an instrument if using unfilled material, or a drill with use of a filled sealant material. Floss the contacts to ensure material has not flowed into the contact spaces.
If we can watch it again if you feel like, but I feel like it's very straightforward. Awesome. So you have 10 minutes to get your boxes, put your stuff away to do the
For the interview, do you need a copy of the driver license or no? Yes? Oh, I love it here. Well, what? If you want it, like, you have to have responsible with it. Follow the responsible. I just want another one.
Okay.
Sorry, puesto.
Oh, we'll figure it out right now. I told you.
I never had a kitty, and it was my first time. I always had a puppy. Yeah, dogs are easier. Yeah. Dogs are easier. Puppies are like, I like puppies. Yeah. They're just, it's better to, like, yeah, that is true because they show stress easily. But, what do you think about them? They're long. I can watch it there. Like, I can kind of really capture like more independent type of stuff, so they don't want to follow the training. Yeah, so true. Products that really want to sit in
Oh, nobody's here. Oh, over here. I don't think anybody was here.
No one's here? Alright, I'll put one here.
Oh, you're not. I'm about to die already.
You're dying?
It's like getting fresher, I think. A little.
I don't know, I don't feel it.
You're sitting here?
Yeah. Oh, we're doing it on a tooth? Cool.
Water maybe?
No.
No? equal to each other, like kind of scaling each other big. Like first quarter, she was qualifying for the CBC for eligibility for the our big member. So we were to use
Yes.
That's what I thought, but yeah, so like we don't necessarily need to readdress like their
So, like, you work with conversion technique, you just have to readdress it, so you don't have to start from scratch.
okay, so I don't have to be like, what do you want to see change? Okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh, I gotta go upstairs. Okay. We have one in, there should be one in your box.
Oh, there is one.
Yeah.
Sorry. On my new show. Yes.
What's your patient, what's your partner, what's their
Are you at my computer? I was like, Sarah's all in my private property. Thank you so much. Thank you. Big deal. Big deal at all. Okay. But you also love I feel like you're up. I love them too. I don't care. After you graduate. There's no way they'll It just showed that you probably work on it. Let's see. Miss Vidala. Yes. I've been drinking my moss. Oh yeah? And the blood rock. Because that's the thing. But you know what? The little straw is not bad. Oh really? So I just you mix it. How do you mix it? I just use this powder. Yeah. I just got it last night, and I used this water, and I used just a straw. Very quick. Oh man. So when you put it in back, it doesn't get to the taste. Yeah. Really? You get a little bit like a fish, but it's not bad. Okay, I will do that. Yeah. So disgusting. Yeah. But that was like twice what I'm not all yeah, I know. My back is better. You get a massage. My back is so tight, so it's oh yeah. No, I'm serious. I'm like you're on it. I am. It's not like you know what it is. Like I'm still like I can still do this with you know how it is. But like my muscles are better, and I just get so hard. I said, you know, it's not good. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm excited about it. I'm drinking all this stuff. Yeah. No problem. Oh yeah, you thing that I want to be sure you put the disposable gowns at least for the part. You know, the live is short, you can take it off afterwards. But because when you're rinsing, I want to be sure nothing gets in your clothes. So put the disposable gowns on. I'm sorry, on. We'll keep the door open, so hopefully that will help. And also be sure to have eye protection because you're rinsing the acid. I want to be sure nothing gets to your eyes.
Niño, mí también.
Also, you got paper for lab project number 2. I need to collect them today. So before you leave, make sure you leave them right here. So you get full credit.
You're welcome.
I restored that chip right here. I just used some of those stones. Yeah, it's normal enough, I think. Okay, cool.
And I'll be back. A little worried about
Awesome. While you're getting ready, you've got all the supplies, and you've got a tube. The tube's number 31. You can place it in your typewriter. It's up to you. I'll give you a choice. You can place it in your typewriter and do this on the typewriter. Also, if you don't want to do it, if you feel like, oh, it's not in the mood, it's too hot,
Yeah.
you can just place it, just work just on the tube. Just work it separate. You know, either way, it's fine. You know, usually I like it to put it in a typewriter, gives you more like, you know, ideal situation. But because it's so hot, I'm trying to minimize extra work. So hopefully we can finish earlier and you guys can go longer. Okay, so it's up. And I have instructors over the lot if you have questions. But before you leave, you want to be sure they sign off your sealant. And they have trash cans in the middle of it. So rinse it off over the trash can. So rinse it off your etching over the trash can. You gotta take turns. And if you're ready, you can start. Typewriters we use it's from the box. I usually don't use any materials from your other classes. Everything you need to know for this class is in the box. One time I'm going to ask you to bring your instruments, but that's going to be like second to the last. Huh? Yeah, so you guys are going to do tooth number 31. You can place it to the typewriter if you want to get more realistic kind of experience, and I like that. But because it's hot and you feel like, oh, I just want to get over it, you can do just on the tooth and not close the typewriter. I think your choice. Either way, it's fine. There is a screw you have to unscrew in the back, and you have a screwdriver in your boxes too.
Oh, oh, it's like a different kind of rod.
I know, Sarah. I know you too well. I know you look
Oh, yeah. Perfect. I might try that.
With my finger? Oh, we're putting the typing on it?
If you want the extra experience.
I don't know.
Hey! Don't make fun of me, alright?
No, your laugh was so like, it was like a oh, hey.
Oh, okay. I think it just comes out that way sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I've heard you laugh differently.
Really?
Yeah. I've heard other times.
I have different laughs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have never, that laugh was a very specific one.
Really?
It was being fake. Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I forced it out.
That video, that guy, and he's like,
Yeah.
exactly.
Quietly, yeah.
See, that's a different one.
Oh, that's right.
That was
Yeah.
different.
I have different laughs. Yes.
You do.
I just noticed that.
I don't I guess we have to. Trish. Yeah. Did you do sealants? I assisted, but I didn't do them. Oh, I didn't do it, yeah. I did it in school. The extended function. They didn't teach me, but I assisted with it a lot. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Yeah, I made a test in school.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't need to, right?
And again, I had a question about the typewriter. I
Oh,
ask you.
okay.
If you want to place the tooth, the
Yeah.
tooth number 31, there is a screw. You need to unscrew the
Thirty-one.
tooth that is here and place the tooth that I gave you. Okay? And then in the end of the flat, you have to take the tooth out and place the natural skin. Okay? But it's up to you. That's totally your choice. Because it's hot, so you can just do it on a tooth and not bother replacing it. But if you want to put it in a typewriter, you want to do that, that's fine.
Too much work.
I don't have a green. Oh, you brought yours?
Yeah, I know.
But I have a two.
It's a fancy box.
Good intention. My system is a rat. You're right.
Do we have to plug this in? Yes.
How many teeth do you have to do? One?
So what's the first step?
Okay. Clean it. Clean the tooth.
Okay. Clean the tooth.
And then got it. You don't have any water? You don't have water.
I don't have water.
Wow. You guys have water or no?
No.
Got it? Yeah. I don't have any water. We have water.
blue one?
The blue one? Okay. And then we just put it on the Kuzo surface?
Yes.
Okay.
Then you let that sit.
Remember, the silicone only can go in the grooves. We're not going to cover the entire tube.
Oh.
The edge can go everywhere,
Oh, the edge can go everywhere?
but you want to aim for like just the area that you're going to put it in.
You can rinse it without sucking it up.
More? Like that? Okay. So we just let it sit for a while, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember what the PowerPoint is?
I think so, yeah.
That's another laugh.
Oh.
Another kind of laugh right there.
Oh, okay.
The denial laugh.
The denial laugh, okay.
You see? Women can tell these things.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know yeah. I must have like 50 different laughs.
You probably do.
What do you say?
You could have 50 different laughs or something.
Yeah,
Why?
I wouldn't know, yeah. So you watch the blue stuff and then you put the red stuff? Okay, so you just watch the stuff?
I'm looking away from the light.
Because you want to keep your eyes for a long time.
Yeah, I used to look at it.
It wasn't coming out. I pressed it a lot. That's why I couldn't see it. Don't look at the light. I'm pressing a lot. Oh, there you go. You guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Don't look at it.
It's,
I can see it.
No, point it where it needs to be on there and then look away. I can see what's going on. No. It's bad. I've got it from here. Be careful. Be very careful. I'm not sure she's full of
oh. Oh no, it's like a little brush. Yeah. Do we have to set it at anything?
When you're done, you should show your instructor the sealant, finished product. You should get the signature with your self-evaluation and date and the box number. If you want to get full credit, it has to be submitted today.
Did it stop by itself? Okay.
Okay, some of you have done. So before you go, you should unscrew your tips, and you can screw them in the Sharpies, just for the metal ones. But you're gonna collect, if you have any extra material left, you can collect them because you can still use them next time next year. And bottom, yeah. So don't throw away that.
Oh,
You place it right here.
yeah.
Your name?
Oh, good. Yeah. Today is the 25th.
Somebody said 24.
Oh,
No, it's okay, but I
Okay.
think it's the 25th.
oh yeah, it says 25th.
Do your self-evaluation.
Okay. Wait, like right here, do I just say like satisfactory or
Just
not?
sign it.
Okay.
Goodbye, baby, don't you cry.
Have you done this already?
Oh, no, I haven't. It's not. But, like,
Oh,
do you,
so
what do you, where do you dispose of this?
Oh, I think she said sharps. Yeah, and then yeah, we just leave the rest of it there.
Do you need that or do you need it? That's for your glass. You don't need it?
One small I have a question about the self-evaluation, or is there a list? You can just initial that you reflected that you learned something. For example, I put too much, I have to use microbrushing and do that. It's just for you to reflect that you can, learn. Okay, I know how to do things that I'm supposed to do.
Oh, there we go.
wanted to do the lower left, but I wanted to do another quadrant instead of that one. Can I change or have to keep it?
You could change. I would check with your instructor, but I don't think that's a big issue. It just usually tells you what you're doing, but the patient's not complete. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, because you're going to document what you did that day anyway, right? Yeah. I don't think we'll be locked in stone. I could be wrong, you can correct me, but I don't think so. In reality, I do that. Or if a patient, let's say we were going to do the lower left, and that day they said they had they slipped with their toothbrush, could you do the top? What do you do? No, I wrote it down, right? Get real. Is it going to hurt anybody? Are you breaking the law? Are you not documenting? No, you're documenting what you did that day anyway. So if you can be kind to your patient, do so. Or if you thought, well, this plan will do this, then do that, because we have competencies to get done too.
Do you typically do like start a certain sequence of getting projects done?
It depends. Does Miss Lee have you do a certain sequence?
No, she just said pick whatever, but I just hear from different instructors like what they think. I play with this what they do, like certain sequences.
Right. Well, I know at SJDC they have a sequence, easiest to hardest, but I don't usually, unless it's really bad perio, I'm going to get the worst done first. But I don't know that you're exposed yet to those patients, are you?
Not really.
So I don't think it would matter. If Miss Lee doesn't have a sequence for you, and she's pretty good about reviewing in class, then I think you're pretty good at it. Okay? Yeah, no, she hasn't said, hey, this is how you do it, then I think we should.
I thought that was maybe like an easier way of like tackling it.
Know your patient and know what you want to do. If there's a harder quad, we really want to get that done. Address it, or I think that's the one with the most disease.
Yeah.
That would be a more favorite. It's always assessing around that patient, what is right for your patient first. And then plan your anesthesia that way too, because you got to get those done as well. That way you have a plan to prepare, you have a plan for that patient. gonna want people to practice. I did my stuff, but I kind of
So have you seen people with the
and then
Which injection are you
oh, that room.
and the canine function? I'm doing the blood.
usually do it. Yeah, I had time.
So when you look for you have to get kids. So roll the outside leg down, and get the inside leg tucked in, and then roll the outside leg. Touch the inside leg. That's number one.
So you put it, in there, zip it up, because you can let it down, then you go change your I try to get it down, then you go put it in the go put it in there. I don't know why I didn't do it last quarter because I was intimidated by
Take it out. You don't change it every time you take another fire.
I know, I'm like, I know, because you
Yeah, just like doing like a few
And this this would make the trade if we don't count this guy. We're just gonna have to little stuff that we do. Yeah, there's other places that are all
I got a clean split right through the premolar and molar right there. But they signed it off, and I just have to do it, and it should be good. get that case, by the way?
It came with mine.
Oh, it came with yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mine was like brand new.
Okay. I was thinking like that's a good place to put my like model. Okay.
I just put it in the bowl.
Oh, you did? Oh, nice. Yeah. It's all good. Did you put this in your locker upstairs? You put this in your upstairs locker? Okay, I think
Where do you put your? You do it here?
I put it in there.
I'm not supposed to leave it there.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I will do that. This was running today.
Fit though?
It was a little bit open.
No, I mean, does this fit on top?
Oh yeah. This should fit. I have a little bit of space left. Yeah.